Baby, for my birthday this year, let's take Miles to Hawaii, just the three of us.
Nick murmured something back to her. When he finally spoke to me, his voice was laced with impatience.
All right, enough. Stop making a scene. I heard about what happened to Miles. You were out of line. Stay there and reflect on your behavior. Be good. I'll let you out when I'm back.
He didn't come back that day. The walls closed in. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. Pain tore through my abdomen sharp, blinding. I pounded on the door until my fists bruised. No one came. And then the world went black. I woke up in a hospital bed. A doctor told me gently, carefully, that I'd lost my first child. Nick held me, his voice cracking.
Ella, we'll have another baby. We will.
My lips parted, but no sound came out. I wanted to ask why he'd stayed with Selena instead of coming home. I wanted to ask if he still loved her, but what came out was,
Really?
Really, I swear. I'll protect our next child with everything I have.
He sounded so sincere, and I was weak. I let myself believe him. The second time I got pregnant, he was careful, attentive. He swore he'd never let anyone hurt me. But when the one who hurt me was Miles, suddenly the promises didn't hold. You only love a child when you love the person who gave them to you. That truth hit me like a freight train. Even divorced, Nick still loved Selena. He always would. I was never his partner. I was merely a convenient, low-cost option he settled for when he grew exhausted to live in Mrs. Hart, whose sole purpose was to act as an unpaid nanny for his son. If it wasn't Selena sitting in this seat, then anyone else in the world could be Mrs. Hart. I was done. It's time to end it. The next morning, I was up at dawn, packing my things. There was a time I'd treated this mansion like a home. Every corner held pieces of Memi lab notes, my pressed botanical specimens carefully arranged. Nick used to stumble over my potted plants and grumble nuisance under his breath. Then, the moment I traveled for a conference, he'd order the housekeeper to water them on schedule. Those small details seduced me into a dangerous illusion. Maybe, somewhere beneath the ice, Nick cared. Now I see it for what it was, absent-minded reflex. Clinging to scraps of nothing, desperate to stitch together proof that I was loved, pathetic. And now that I'm leaving, I'm taking every last trace of me with me.
Ella Walker, why didn't you make my breakfast? What is this?
Miles's shriek detonated from the living room. I frowned and stepped out. The dining table was a war zone. Oatmeal pooling on the mahogany. The boy stood there, faced thunder. The housekeeper cowered beside him, his head bowed.
Miles. Basic decency. If you won't call me Mom, you'll address me as Miss Ella.
God, you're so annoying! I asked why you didn't make my breakfast!
I glanced at the overturned oatmeal bowl on the table. I'd gotten a goddamn nutritionist certification for that kind every breakfast, calibrated, macro-balanced, designed to keep him healthy. He'd always sneer at it. Drink half, dump half.
I'm too tired. Ask Felina to cook for you, and I won't be doing it anymore. Ever.
You promised Dad you'd take care of me. You can't just stop.
Oh, that was then, but now, whoever. I'm done.
Being a stepmotherhood is a rigged game. I'd poured lifetimes of patience into Miles playing his silly games, reading him bedtime stories, killing myself to earn a crumb of affection. Everyone forgot. I'm a Walker. I was raised, doted on, cherished, and coddled. My temper isn't sweet. I just buried it. Miles had never been on the receiving end of this coldness. He froze, completely disarmed. His eyes reddened. Right then, the front door swung open. Nick strode in, Selena at his heels.
Daddy! Mommy! She's so mean to me! She starved me! She's abusing me!
Mrs. Hart, I step away for one moment and this is how you treat my son? What can I say? This is my house, not yours.
Ella, forget it. Just rest. Don't leave.
That's who he is. Always taking the path of least resistance. If it weren't for this father blindly enabling the boy without a shred of justice, how could Miles have grown into such a tyrannical, arrogant little demon? Exhaustion washed over me. Not the physical kind. The soul-deep depletion of screaming into a void. Wordlessly, I turned and walked away. Nick's frown deepened. This wasn't my script. By now, should be red-eyed and trembling, accusing him of blatant favoritism. Maybe I'm still too frail to fight, he reasoned. He looked down and gave Miles a gentle pat.
I'll say it one more time, son. Ella is my wife. Your mother. You will respect her.
Miles didn't dare talk back to his father, but his fists curled into tight, white-knuckled knots. Dead of night. A rustling sound threaded through the darkness. I've always been a light sleeper. The noise yanked me awake immediately. I opened my eyes and there he was. Miles, his young face hovering above me in the thick shadows. Details smudged, blurry, something in his hand catching the thin moonlight.
Miles, what are you doing?
This is your fault. Dad yelled at me because of you. You! Once you're ugly, Dad won't want you anymore, and I can have my mommy back!
What did you do, Miles?
I didn't. Mom said the water would just make her ugly. She didn't say it would hurt like this.
Nick didn't spare him another glance. He scooped me into his arms and bolted for the garage. The ambulance siren ripped through the night. Somewhere in the jolting chaos, the doctors worked for what felt like hours before the pain was brought to heal. Burns across my body, skin ulcerated, layers up and layers of gauze wrapped around me like a shroud. Nick sat beside the bed, his jaw clamped tight. I've always been meticulous about my appearance. Clothes pressed to perfection, hairstyled with care. I flexed my fingers, forced my eyes open. Nick's gaze snapped at me, relief flickering across his face. The first words out of my mouth were ice water.
Selena incited Miles to assault me. I'm pressing charges.
No.
Nick didn't hesitate. The word came out like a door slamming shut. I just watched him, silent. He avoided my gaze.
Selena would never do something like this. The kid's just talking nonsense. I'll deal with Miles when I get home. Set him straight. Don't make a scene. Push this too far, and it won't look good for the walkers either.
There it was. A threat, thinly veiled, but unmistakable. He was warning me. My fingers curled into a fist, then slowly uncurled. A dry laugh scraped its way out of my throat. I shut my eyes and said nothing. Nick waited. His Mrs. Hart wasn't magnanimous.
Selena would
the old
never
Ella
do
would have
something
bristled
like
the
this.
moment those words left his mouth.
You just believe Selena over me? Do you still love her?
It had always
Shut
annoyed
up!
him before. Now, he would have gladly soothed my jealousy. But the silence stretched. I didn't bite. Finally, he couldn't stand it. His voice came out parched.
You have nothing to say?
You's just threatened my family. What would you like me to say?
What's wrong with you?
Nick, don't forget, you're escorting me to the gala this afternoon. Don't leave me hanging.
Just as I thought. She's bound to get upset hearing from Serena. Selena's in the influencer world. It's brutal. People take advantage. Me accompanying her to the gala is simply a public warning to keep the wolves at bay. She's not like you. You just take care of the house. She's out there grinding on her own. It's hard. Don't read into it. But if you're not feeling well, I could always...
Go. Don't keep her waiting.
What did you say?
I said go. I want to rest.
Fine. Fine, Ella Walker. Don't regret this.
Wait.
If you want me to stay, just say it. Stop hiding
I
behind...
was just going to say, you forgot your car keys.
He stood frozen in the doorway, waiting, hopping, and take it back. I didn't. The silence stretched mercilessly. Finally, he grabbed the keys from the nightstand and stormed out. I watched his silhouette disappear, placed a hand over my chest. So this is what it feels like, not caring anymore. The following days were peaceful. I lay in my hospital bed, quietly recovering inside my sterile hospital room. Every time the housekeeper called,
Miles is throwing a tantrum, won't eat, needs help with his science project.
I had exactly one response.
Call his parents. He's not my concern.
The housekeeper fumbled for words. In the background, through the receiver, I heard it. A small boy's muffled sobs.
She's still mad at me? I didn't mean it. I didn't know. Why is she so petty?
I hung up. Peace, at last. Until Selena showed up. She swept into the hospital room in a scarlet dress, makeup flawless, carrying a fruit basket like she was attending a garden party. She set it down, settled herself into the chair beside my bed, and smiled. That slow, venomous curve.
Mrs. Hart. Must be hell, isn't it? Cooped up in here. What's it to you? I just feel sorry for you. No career. Hated by the Hart family. Ignored by your husband. Even the son you poured yourself into, his heart belongs to someone else. Must be excruciating. Why not just give me back the title of Mrs. Hart? Nick and Miles? They both prefer me anyway.
Talk to Nick. If he wants to remarry you, I have no objections.
Selena's smile cracked. Her lovely face contorted, poison seeping through the mask.
You honestly think he'd choose you? Ella Walker, you're delusional. You're nothing but a dog at his heel.
My honesty seemed to enrage her further.
Nick will divorce you eventually. Mark my words. You want to see who matters more to him? Let me show you, right now.
A jolt of ice through my chest. Acrid smoke curled under the door. Then heat. Roaring, clawing heat. Voices shrieked from the hallway. Fire, fire. She set the ward on fire.
We have to get out!
Nick, my ankle. I think it's broken. Don't worry about me. Take your wife. If I don't make it, just tell Miles I went abroad. Don't let him—
Shut up! Don't talk like that! Ella, just wait! I'll come right back for you, I promise!
My hand shot out, a reflex, and the movement tore across my wounds. A blade of pain sliced through the fog. My mind went razor sharp. What was I doing? Still expecting Nick to choose me. No, I couldn't depend on him. Not anymore. I clenched my jaw, bit down against the agony, and hurled myself off the bed. My body hit the floor. The bandages split open wounds. Ripped fresh. White-hot pain blinded me, but the smoke was coiling in now, thick and black, and I couldn't afford to stop. Couldn't stop. I clawed at the floor with my bare hands and dragged myself toward the window, inch by excruciating inch. Down below, Nick finally carried Selena to safety. The second her feet touched ground, he spun around and lunged toward the building.
go.
A firefighter grabbed him, arms locked around his chest.
The fire's spreading! It's too dangerous!
Veins in Nick's forehead bulge, a rage he'd never shown before.
My
licked
wife
out
is
of.
still in there! I need to get her out! Sir, please calm down! Look! At the window!
Nick froze. His head snapped up. A figure wrapped head to toe in gauze was struggling through the window frame, blood seeping through the bandages. Broken, desperate, a wreck. It was me. I didn't glance in his direction. Not once. Without hesitation, I threw myself out, my frail body tumbling through the air like a torn butterfly wing, and plunged into the pool on the ground floor. When I opened my eyes again, I saw the same blank white ceiling. I turned my head. Nick sat beside me, staring. His eyes were shot through with red veins. Exhaustion carved deep lines into his face. He hadn't slept. That much was obvious.
I told you to wait for me. Why did you jump? Do you have any idea how close you came to dying?
I didn't believe you.
What did you say?
I said I didn't believe you. I didn't believe you'd come back for me. And I didn't want to die, so I saved myself.
Nick stared at me, searched my face for something, anything soft. There was nothing there. It wasn't like this before. When Miles tormented me, slipped cockroaches into my water glass, I'd burst into tears and bury myself in Nick's chest. When the Heart Elder looked down on me, calling me a barren, useless womb who couldn't even provide an heir, I'd shoot him a pleading look, desperate and hopeful. And when he said, "Don't be scared, I'll protect you," my eyes will light up bright.
Don't be scared.
Full of trust. When did I stop looking at him that way? Nick couldn't follow that thread. He didn't dare. He dropped a brittle "get some rest" and fled out the door like a man running from a fire of his own. I welcomed the quiet. I spent several more days in the hospital, let my body stitch itself back together. When I finally returned to the villa, I hadn't even crossed the threshold before the sounds hit me. Laughter, shrieks of joy. Selena was playing with Miles in the living room. Snack wrappers scattered across the playmats like confetti. The scene of a happy family. My eyes landed on an open bag of shrimp chips.
Miles, you're allergic to shellfish. You can't eat those.
It's a snack, not seafood.
Miles's face curdled the instant he saw me.
God, you're so annoying! Nagging about everything. Wish you'd stayed in the hospital for a few more days.
Don't worry, Mrs. Hart. I know how to take care of my son.
Right. Her son. I stood there for a long moment. Then a bitter, mirthless smile pulled at my lips. I didn't argue, didn't fight, just walked upstairs and slept. Evening. Noise jolted me awake. I went downstairs, and there he was. Miles' face. covered in angry red welts. Wailing in the arms of old Madam Hart, Selena and Nick stood to the side, both stiff, both silent.
Oh, my poor grandson! What heartless, monstrous demon fed you seafood? Did they not know it could kill you? You! Was it you, Selena? I always knew you were a worthless tramp!
Old Madam Hart rounded on her. Selena's mouth opened, a flash of panic, and then her finger shot toward me.
It wasn't me! It was Ella Walker! Ella Walker! Have you lost your mind? Can't birth your own child, so you come after my grandson?
It wasn't me. Miles, tell them. Who gave you the chips?
Miles's wails faltered. His head drooped. He couldn't lift his eyes.
Go on, sweetheart. Tell Grandma. I'll make it right. Whoever hurt you, I'll skin them alive.
Old Madam Hart kept pushing, kept prodding. Miles bit his lip. The pressure finally crushed him. He looked up at me. The meaning couldn't have been clearer. I wasn't surprised. Not really. Just hollow, soul tired, a cold, sinking grief. All desires. I truly treated Miles like my own son. And despite his cruelty, despite everything, the ice had been thawing slowly. I'd actually believed once that we could become family.
The living room has security cameras. Check the footage.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you implying my Miles is a liar? Fine, let's check. I'll make sure you have no excuse left.
The cameras are broken. Never got fixed. Ella, when you've done something wrong, you need to own it. You're the one who prepares Miles's meals. This was clearly your negligence.
I was locked in the dark study, again, kneeling on the ice-cold marble floor. A bitter laugh choked in my throat. I was so incredibly naive. I'd known Nick would protect Selena. I just hadn't realized he'd go this far framing me. Manufacturing evidence. Erasing the truth like it was nothing. Lost in the bitter haze, I heard it. A soft, slithering whisper against the floorboards. My eyes blew wide. I stopped breathing, didn't move, didn't blink. And then cold, wet, coiling, wrapping itself around my calf.
Snake. There was a snake in here. Someone put a snake in here.
But I couldn't fight it forever. I bolted upright, threw myself at the door, and pounded until my fists throbbed.
Help! There's a snake in here!
Silence. Nothing. Not a footstep. Not a voice. I ground my teeth, scanned the darkness. My eyes landed on a brass paperweight. I grabbed it and swung again and again, bashing it against the lock. The skin on. My hands split. Blood slicked my palms. I didn't stop. I couldn't.
What the hell are you doing? Miles is right there. Is this what you want him to see?
Miles? You know what Miles just told me? He said he felt sorry for Ella Walker, said he wanted to apologize to her. My husband belongs to someone else, and now my son is turning towards her too.
You're the one who left us.
Yes, I did. I couldn't stand the Hart family back then, all your suffocating rules, but I regret it now. But you've both got someone else in your hearts now. How? You all said you'd love me forever. Ella Walker acted like a pathetic, obedient dog at your heels for a few years that you suddenly can't bear to throw her away? Fine. I'm in the way. I'll leave. Go find some pretty young boy who actually wants me.
Ella Walker is my wife, but she is only my wife. You're the only one I've ever loved.
Days passed. Nick tried to corner me, to explain, to spin it. I was never there. I locked myself in my room, packed, sorted, erased every trace. And then Miles slipped through my door. He stood there, head hanging low, voice smaller than I'd ever heard.
Auntie Ella, I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. Was there something else?
do my mom a favor? Someone took photos of mom and dad. Now the whole internet is calling her a homewrecker. So, could you divorce dad first? Just so mom can clear her name? It would be a fake divorce. You can remarry right after. No, right. Forget it. You're always clinging to dad. You want to be my mom so bad. There's no way you'd ever agree to.
Okay.
What?
I said okay.
The divorce certificate came fast. Signatures, stamps, done. Selena posted on Instagram immediate Linux was legally single again, and she was simply reconnecting with her ex-husband.
Mrs. Hart, thank you so much. Without you, my career would have been destroyed.
Enough, Selena. This is the last time I clean up your mess. Don't come looking for me again. You took the hit this time. I know that. Don't worry, we'll remarry in a few days. What do you want? Name it. I'll make it right.
No need. I'm happy I could help Miss Selena.
You've been very mature lately. If you'd been like this from the start, Miles wouldn't hate you so much.
Then the half door exploded inward. Men, several of
Selena!
them, eyes bloodshot, wild, they charged our
You
table,
whore!
knives flashing.
You said you only loved your fans! How could you be with someone else?
Nick's pupils contracted.
Run.
He lunged towards Selena. Steel bit into his arm. Blood sprayed across the table. More fans were surging in. Nick grabbed Selena and bolted for the exit, never noticing me. Never seeing me knocked to the ground. The fans, frenzied, manic, started smashing tables when they couldn't catch their prey. A shard of ceramic flew lodged itself deep in my leg. I had no idea who had leaked Selena's private schedule, but the alleyway outside the cafe was already swarming with a rabid mob of her paparazzi and fans.
I think that's Ella Walker.
Selena said she divorced Nick ages ago, but still won't stop throwing herself at him.
Pathetic. Shameless.
They surged at me, shoved me, spat in my face. I stumbled, caught off balance, hit the ground hard, gravel tearing a gash across my cheek. The fans froze. A flash of uncertainty rippled through them. They were young. This had gone further than they planned.
Let me leave, unless you all want a lawsuit.
That word worked. They scattered, unsure, parting just enough for me to limp through. I hobbled back to the villa. Nick, Miles, and Selena were already in the living room.
Someone dug up photos of you and Ella together. They're saying the timeline proves I'm the mistress. Nick, what do I do? My career is it over? I might as well just die.
Don't talk like that. I'll release a statement. Clear your name. Prove you never broke up our marriage.
And what about Ella Walker? If you put out that statement, she'll take all the hate.
That's fine. I'll send her abroad, let things cool off. When it blows over, I'll make it up to her. Compensate her properly.
Yeah, she's just a housewife anyway. A little online hate won't kill her. It's not like she'll lose anything.
You too. You're so good to me. Oh, Mrs. Hart, you're back.
What happened to you? You look wrecked. Anyway, we were saying you should take a vacation. Go abroad for a while.
Okay.
Nick hesitated. Something flickered behind his eyes. He walked over, took my
When you
hand.
come back, I have a gift for you.
Ella, go have fun for a few days. When you're back, you can do my parent-teacher conference.
A bitter smile tugged at my lips. This new attitude, this sudden softness, all built on guilt. I said nothing, turned, went upstairs. Next morning, the airport, I trashed the ticket Nick had prepared, walked straight past his gate, headed for another. I was leaving, yes, but not on his leash. Not to a vacation he'd arranged. I was going to England. The plane lifted off, punctual, surging into the clouds. I watched the white drift past the window and inhaled it. Slow, filling my lungs to the brim. Ahead of me, open road. No storms, no chains. I was finally free. Night fell. Nick sat in his study. The house felt hollow, echoing, like someone had scooped out its center.
I really want Ella's cooking. She hasn't made me anything in forever.
And whose fault is that? You kept provoking her. When she's back, you apologize properly. We'll be a family again.
But for once, he didn't argue.
Sir, the plane, Mrs. Hart's flight, crashed. What did you say?
아래 링크를 클릭하면 전체 시리즈를 시청할 수 있습니다.